Was Rogue any good? Dot and Bubble set the bar very high last week. Can we live coming down from that? And I think the answer is a resounding yes! Rogue is an excellent episode of Doctor Who. On a lovely Bridgerton-inspired day trip to the 1800s, the Doctor and Ruby encounter a mysterious bounty hunter called Rogue, who seems to be on the hunt for shapeshifters infiltrating high society. Obviously, the Doctor is known to have a face or two, and so the two are at arms immediately. But when the Childers' plans seem to take over the party, they have to work together to get the job done. Non-spoiler time, wowzers, Jonathan Groff is amazing. Jonathan Groff is often amazing, but I didn't expect to enjoy him this much. When I thought they cast him, I thought he'd be playing a more wacky character like Captain Jack. Rogue is very subdued in an excellent way. He's a gruffer character. He's a bit more like Captain Jack in Torchwood Series 1 as opposed to your classic Doctor Who Funtime Jack. And compared to the 15 Doctor's more fun personality, they complement each other instantly. The chemistry is real. And Ruby has loads of good scenes this episode too. She is really making it very clear why they cast her. Millie Gibson is excellent, especially alongside Ncuti. Final non-spoiler thought is that it's a very excellent episode, a worthy contribution. I think if there were more episodes and more episodes of this quality, there wouldn't have been anyone wobbling at the start of the show. I think this was the kind of solid, fun, 45 minutes, excellent paced episode that we really deserve every week, but I'm excited that we're starting to get on a more consistent basis now. Going into the weeds of it now, I loved the aliens plot. They're just cosplaying humans because they love the drama. Great motivation. Here, I get it. They want to have fun, and it's great. And we want to have fun too, and it really conveys that when the Doctor's here to have fun and the aliens are here to have fun, everybody's having fun, except for Rogue, who's a bit grumpy. But he has so many excellent scenes, going from the stern character we meet at the start of the episode to the giddy little fanboy when he gets to see the TARDIS. Last week I thought Ricky was the most robbed companion. Rogue's getting up there. They're really competing with people that I want to be able to be in the TARDIS. He could have been part of the trio, just like Rose, Jack, and Nine. I heard that there might be some romance, and I thought they're not going to be able to make me care in 45 minutes about this relationship. I was wrong. They do a great job. Everything's working really well. I had tears rolling down my cheek at the finale where he says, "Find me." And then the Doctor chooses not to bother even looking that hard. I'm a bit annoyed that Nchuti's Doctor is not looking right now for Rogue. If Ruby had fallen into that dimensional hole, the whole season finale would have been them hunting her down. The fact that, they looked for Danny Pink after he died, with no real way to go about looking for him, and they still managed to succeed fairly quickly. I don't know. Come on, 15. Pull your finger out. Let's go look for our man Jonathan Groff. And hopefully we can afford to have him in plenty of episodes next series. It's pretty low stakes, they weren't trying to take over the world particularly, they just kind of want to murder a bunch of people, but, that's what we need sometimes. It can't always be about saving reality. Sometimes you want to just stop a bird killing a man in high society. I called the Ruby twist at the end, but guess what? I called it because I respect the character, and I kind of figured that she would be able to get herself out of that situation. That's a good thing. I respect Ruby. She's a real competent companion. And I think, depending on how we finish her character, she'll be up there with some people's favourites for a very long time to come, and I can see why. I really got a sense of how her and 15 work this episode. It was a more traditional case. The same as I said with Dot and Bubble, where they were helping the whole episode. Nice to see them work together, even when the Doctor was running off with Rogue half the time. Similarly to Space Babies, it's hard to say too much about this episode. It was just good. Really, really good. Fun times. It wasn't like Dot and Bubble, where they made you think too hard. It wasn't like 73 Yards, where it built up a tense, oppressive atmosphere. It was just a really fun Doctor Who episode with a sad end, a good romance, a big, awesome kiss that I did not know if they would be brave enough to do on the first episode of this new character. I thought they might build up to it. Very glad they didn't, because I have no idea if they're going to bring him back anytime soon. This was the first time I felt like the world was getting expanded upon, and it made me feel really more comfortable with this era. I think if this was episode like 2 or 3, I wouldn't have been even worrying. And I know that's on me for doubting, what was he cooking? What was Russell cooking? Does he know what he's cooking? Well, I didn't believe he knew what he was cooking. And now I respect your game, Russell. Or maybe I should be respecting the game of Kate Herron and Bryony Redmond, because you really knocked it out of the park this week. Although I'm getting kind of annoyed that everyone keeps saying that this was the Doctor's first same-sex kiss, because Nine and Jack kissed for just as long as Jack and Rose kissed. In terms of things that annoyed me, very, very little at all, really. I didn't like they kept referring to Bridgerton specifically. Obviously, Bridgerton is the hot thing right now, and I like that they did little details like having popular music redone in the classical style. They had Eilish's Bad Guy playing in the background whilst talking to Jonathan Groff, which was fun, red herring foreshadowing. But through the whole episode, they're like, oh, they've come because they love Bridgerton. I just feel like if I was writing the script and writing hat on, this is my fix section, but this was one thing. I'd have said they love Bridgerton and Pride and Prejudice and all of these amazing things. You know, I'd have referenced that they watch more than one show. But that's just me. I feel like that's just a real nitpick of mine. I love Rogue. I love that he's a big dork. He's trying to be a cool guy. It's very much Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. He is playing being the coolest bounty hunter in the world. He is a D&D nerd who's a bit lame. I love it. It's great. Keep it up. Real good characterization. Obviously, he's working for this mysterious new boss that has been hinted at all series. We see the old lady appear in the portrait who's been in every other episode. Clearly, they're dealing with it now in the finale, as made clear by the Next Time trailer. Which is a good Next Time trailer because it doesn't spoil anything. I'm excited. Next week, the first half of the two-part finale comes out, and then the following week, I get to go see it in cinema with both parts back to back. If you asked me a couple of weeks ago, when I booked those tickets a couple of weeks ago, I was kind of nervous that I would be going into this finale and going to sit there in the cinema surrounded by Doctor Who fans, feeling really bored and disappointed and embarrassed that I'm there. I am now going into this finale excited. I've had 4 banger episodes. Some of them like fine, acceptably bangers, but they were fine. You know, that we've had no misses for a fair bit now, and I just want them to keep this run going. It reminds me of the sort of the run in Donna's series, where it's just nothing but bangers back to back. Here's to the finale. Let me know in the comments. Did you like this episode? Did you like the Rogue romance? Do you expect him to come back anytime soon? And are you excited for the two-part finale starting so soon now?